Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a moment that reshaped American finance forever. A story of immense power, incredible pressure, and one man who stood at the absolute center of it all. Imagine this. The year is 1907. Wall Street is in utter chaos. Picture this, a dizzying whirlwind of panic, banks teetering on the brink, crowds screaming in the streets, and the entire U.S. economy just seconds away from a complete and total meltdown. It was an era before central banks, before government bailouts as we know them, a time when the financial system was shockingly fragile. The sheer scale of the panic was unprecedented. Rumors, true or false, spread like wildfire, eroding public trust in banks by the minute. People were literally lining up, desperate to withdraw their savings, creating a classic run on the banks. It wasn't just small banks either. Even well-established institutions were facing collapse. The stock market was plummeting, businesses were struggling to find credit, and a dark cloud of economic uncertainty loomed over the entire nation. It felt like the end, the moment everything would crumble. And then, almost like a figure stepping out of the smoke and dust, one man emerges. His name? J.P. Morgan. Now, he wasn't a politician, he wasn't the president, he wasn't even a government official. He was just a banker, a titan of industry, yes, but at his core, a private citizen. Yet, in this moment of extreme national peril, he held a kind of influence that transcended any official title. And he had a cigar, always a cigar, seemingly a symbol of his unwavering calm amidst the storm. More importantly, he possessed an almost absolute, unshakable control. While the entire nation trembled, gripped by fear and uncertainty, Morgan remained remarkably, almost eerily, calm. His resolve was legendary. He understood the stakes better than anyone. He knew that if the panic wasn't stopped, the consequences would be catastrophic, not just for the wealthy, but for every American family. He saw the danger clearly and knew that decisive action, not hesitation, was the only way forward. So, what did he do? He gathered the most powerful bankers of New York in his magnificent, dimly lit library, a room paneled in dark mahogany, exuding an aura of old-world power. Imagine the scene. These men, the titans of finance, arguing, bickering, each protecting their own interests, while the financial world outside their windows was disintegrating. But Morgan, with his steely gaze and imposing presence, wasn't having it. He literally locked the doors, refusing to let any of them leave until they reached a consensus, until they agreed to pool their resources, to work together, to save the system as one united front. It was an audacious move, a display of pure, unadulterated willpower. He spent the entire night, an all-nighter of epic proportions, negotiating, cajoling, perhaps even intimidating these powerful individuals. He brought his own immense fortune to the table, leading by example. He demanded commitment, solidarity, and courage from everyone in that room. He understood that individual survival was impossible if the entire system failed. He made them see the bigger picture, forcing them to transcend their individual rivalries for the sake of the collective good. And by dawn, against all odds, he had done it. He had single-handedly stopped the panic. Using his own vast personal fortune and that incredible iron will, he orchestrated a rescue plan that infused liquidity back into the markets, restored confidence, and pulled the U.S. economy back from the precipice. It was an extraordinary feat, a testament to the power of one individual's conviction and influence. He became, almost overnight, America's financial firefighter, dousing the flames of economic disaster with sheer determination and strategic action. But this incredible story isn't just about saving banks, important as that was. It's far more profound. This moment and Morgan's actions were about the very birth of modern power, the laying of foundations for organized capitalism as we know it today. Morgan wasn't just interested in immediate profits. He had a grander vision, a desire to build and consolidate industries, to bring order to what he perceived as chaos. He wasn't just a financier, he was an architect of industry. He funded the expansion of railroads, connecting a vast continent and facilitating trade. He backed the nascent electricity industry, famously financing Thomas Edison to light up the world, transforming daily life and ushering in a new era of innovation. And most notably, he orchestrated the merger of Andrew Carnegie's massive steel empire with other competitors, forming the United States Steel Corporation, the very first billion-dollar corporation in history. Think about that for a moment. A single company valued at $1 billion in the early 1900s. That's mind-boggling. Morgan genuinely believed that chaos could be tamed, that industries could be streamlined, and that economic progress could be accelerated. But only if one man or a select few had enough order, enough control, and enough vision to guide it. He was a firm believer in efficiency, in consolidation, and in the power of well-managed, large-scale enterprises to drive prosperity. He saw the future and actively shaped it. Yet, power of that magnitude, concentrated in the hands of a single individual, naturally scares people. It raises fundamental questions about democracy, about fairness, and about who truly holds the reins of economic destiny. And so, in 1912, just a few years after the panic he single-handedly quelled, Congress summoned him. They wanted answers. They asked him, quite pointedly, how can one man hold more money, wield more financial influence than the entire U.S. Treasury? It was a direct challenge to his authority, a sign of growing unease with the immense power he commanded. Morgan's answer, delivered with his characteristic bluntness and self-assurance, was incredibly simple, yet profoundly revealing. A man's character, he stated, is his credit. For him, it wasn't just about assets or collateral, it was about integrity, reputation, and trustworthiness. It was a reflection of his own belief system, where personal honor and reliability were paramount in the world of high finance. He believed his word was his bond, and that was the ultimate currency. When J.P. Morgan passed away in 1913, the financial world mourned, but also grappled with the legacy of his unprecedented power. His death sparked a critical discussion about the structure of American finance. The very next year, in 1913, a direct consequence of the 1907 panic and Morgan's overwhelming influence, the Federal Reserve was born. This new, centralized banking system was specifically designed to ensure that no single individual, no matter how brilliant or powerful, would ever again wield such immense unchecked power over the nation's economy. It was a deliberate effort to institutionalize the role Morgan had played, to create a system that could prevent panics and stabilize the financial markets. But even with the Federal Reserve in place, Morgan's shadow still looms large. You can see his influence in every financial rescue operation, every decision to cut interest rates, every moment of market panic that necessitates a strong, coordinated response. His actions in 1907 set a precedent, a blueprint for how to act decisively in times of crisis. He didn't just make money, he quite literally defined how money moves, how economies are stabilized, and how power is exercised in the modern financial world. His story is a powerful reminder of calm in chaos, of control in crisis. It's a story of vision, determination, and the incredible impact one person can have. And it shows us in vivid detail how money was made, how it was saved, and how its fundamental movements are still shaped by the echoes of that fateful year, 1907. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through financial history. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more incredible insights, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about J.P. Morgan's legacy? We'd love to hear from you. See you in the next one.